joined with a special guest today out of Houston, Texas. She blends country with trap drums and a little bit of gospel influence. Madeline McDonald. She's going to get started sharing her first start in the music scene.
Okay, first start in the music scene. So grew up in Houston, and I always knew I wanted to be in music. So first thing I did was look up recording studios in Houston. I was like, how do I get involved? Found a recording studio, started technically like shadowing the producer there, and just started recording cover songs with him. The first 2 cover songs I ever did was Jesus Take the Wheel, Carrie Underwood, and Super Bass.
Super Bass. We had the balance from the beginning. The balance was there from the jump.
That's what I'm saying. And so, like, I try to tell people, I'm like, the signs were there.
Mm-hmm.
The signs were there for the sound. But, no, I just recently found my sound that I just really have fun with, finally, you know? And then I moved to town. I moved here to Nashville about, like, 9.5 years ago, almost 10 years ago. And I love it. Yeah. Just been...
When you were first figuring out your sound, was there a time where you felt pulled to just do country or just do more like trap bass?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Like honestly, up until last year. Because I think being here and being in the music industry, it makes you feel like you have to be in a box, or you have to pick a box, or you have to pick a lane, because for some reason that's just the only thing that the industry can seem to think of, or like categorize you for marketing, I guess. It's like, oh, you're either a country artist or you're a Christian artist. You're either like a hip hop artist or you're, like R&B. But I kind of have influences of all of the above. And so I think it kind of messed with my identity a little bit, because I was like, people are telling me I need to pick a lane, but I don't want to pick a lane because I have all of these influences. So it kind of shook my identity, kind of like gave me a little bit of an identity crisis from that, until I just kind of said, no, I want to do what I'm having fun with.
Was there a song that you put out that made you feel like you were having fun and the other stuff didn't matter?
Yeah. I would say the first song that I put out where I was like, I am genuinely having so much fun is Red Lights.
Red Lights.
Mm.
And for people who haven't heard the song, just share a little bit about the backstory of that song and kind of what your message you wanted to get out with the song.
Yeah, it's a message that I feel like still applies to me today. But Red Lights is about it's about hitting obstacles in your life, and it's about realizing that when you hit these obstacles or hit these doors that keep shutting in your face, or like nothing just seems to be working for you, what's really gotten me through is to just be like, hey, God's protecting me. Like that just must be the answer for me. Is like, personally, if I can twist it in my head to be like, hey, God's protecting me and that door was shut for a reason, then it's so much easier to kind of like move forward with that, because then I'm not waiting on that door to open. I'm not like trying to bang it down, you know? And so I wrote that in a really, really tough waiting season. And I was kind of like, I want to take this waiting season and make it fun, like switch it up. And that's what I did. So like over the trap beats, I feel like I had fun with it. I'm really proud of it, actually.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You mentioned in that song a couple different aspects, including religion and a little bit of mental health there with the waiting piece of it.
Yeah.
When you first started putting that stuff in your music, was that difficult and like vulnerable when you were first putting out those songs?
Yeah, it was pretty hard. I think I have been a chronic people pleaser. So like when you grow up a people pleaser, it's like you're a chameleon. So you walk into a room and you want to be the person that the person you're hanging out with wants you to be. When realistically that person just wants you to be yourself 99.9% of the time. But for me, it was tough to actually tell my own stories and tell my own beliefs and thoughts for a while, because I just didn't know how people would react or respond. But I think what shifted it for me, it was like a couple of things, but one of them was my faith saved me. Truthfully, that's how I got through a lot of stuff. Like that's how I got through. You talk about mental health. I mean, I've kind of gone through the ringer a little bit and struggled with anything that comes with an identity crisis. So for me, it's like I struggled with some depression. I struggled with anxiety. I struggled with suicidal thoughts. I struggled with bullying. I just like all of these things. And I used to think, oh, those are my problems. But then I realized, no, those just came from kind of an identity crisis. And then I just became bolder in just growing up, right? Bolder in who I was and being able to talk about my faith. And I was like, this is me. And if it helps me, it's gonna at least help one other person. I will get one message that it helps them. And then I got a lot.
That's awesome. What was like the first, without like sharing personal information with like the individual that reached out, what was like the first moment, I guess, where you felt like you were really impacting other people with sharing your stories?
First moment. Yeah, I would say with red lights. I posted it genuinely. I was in this season where when you kind of hit your rock bottom a little bit, where you've tried so hard on something and it's never worked. So you're just like, you know what? I'm just going to do exactly what I want to do, throw spaghetti at a wall and like just see what sticks. That's kind of where I was at. I was like, man, I'm doing this for the fun of it and for what I believe now. So I put out red lights and then I made some videos at a gas station for red lights and I posted them on TikTok and it started going mega viral, just like overnight. Just don't know how it happened. And I started getting messages in my inbox like, hey, that song is really saving me in this season. Or, hey, my daughter is having seizures and she's had seizures for a really long time. And like, this song is letting me know that all of the roadblocks we're hitting with hospitals and stuff like that, like, God's protecting her to get the right doctor. And for me, reading that message, I was like, whoa, like, this is way bigger. It's always been way bigger than me. Way bigger.
That's awesome though, that you get to
Yeah.
use your art to impact other people's lives in a positive way.
Yeah, it's kind of addicting now.
Yeah.
Because now I'm just like, oh man. Once I saw it impact some people, I'm like, all right, I'm sold.
Does that ever, you mentioned that kind of previously having people pleaser tendencies, when you know that the music you can have this impact on people, and obviously everything that still happens in your own life outside of that, does it ever get to be too much where you feel like you have this responsibility, but also you have to take care of yourself in your own life?
Yeah. Yeah. There were a couple moments where things were, once that song went viral, I put out my next song, that one went viral. I put out my next song, that one went viral. The consistent theme that everyone was, which I'm so grateful for, but everyone was commenting on my videos, you write healing anthems and you heal hearts that you never broke. Like, that was the number one comment is, thank you for healing the hearts that you never broke, which, I mean, is so heavy and made me cry. But then I had this one day where I started to panic because I was like, no, like, I'm not healing these. Like, what? This isn't, I don't know how I can take responsibility for this. Like, I don't know how I can, like, keep going. I don't know how I can fulfill these comments. You know what I mean? Because in my head, I'm like, actually, I wrote that song about my story, or I wrote that song about me forgiving someone, but then it happens to turn into these healing anthems. So yeah, the pressure can definitely get to my head a little bit, but then I just have to remind myself, like, no, I mean, if I put pressure on it, then it won't have the same effect, I feel.
Yeah, it has to feel more natural.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's kind of where the blend and the fun of the trap beats comes into it a little bit, where you get to feel like you could be your more authentic version of yourself?
Yeah, I'd say probably. Yeah. Yeah, because when I hear trap beats, I mean, it's so funny. Ever since I was like, I don't know, since I lived in Houston, Texas, right, which is like, there's a lot of hip hop there. I just kind of grew up around it. Hip hop, R&B, country for sure. I mean, I'm from Texas, but I started writing to beats when I was younger. And I never even thought about the fact that I could just buy a beat online and like record over it and release it. And so I kind of got rid of that for a while, going back to the boxes. I have to live in boxes, and if I'm gonna do country, it can't sound like trap. Um, but once I started, I guess, bringing that back in and finding the joy in it and being like, no, this is definitely more fun for me. It is a way that I can just kind of disconnect. I also think writing by myself in my room at like 2 a.m., just in silence, can also really help me.
Yeah. I think when the voices aren't drowning everything else out, you can hear what you actually need to put out there.
Yeah.
What is your process like for, you mentioned like locking yourself, in a room and kind of not having other noises, but as far as like a process for hearing a song, creating it, and then figuring out like the content or like the impact you want to make with that specific song?
Yeah. Um, so I start with two things typically. Melodies come to me like every 5 minutes. Like I probably written like 20 melodies today and just recorded them in my phone.
Ready to
So
go.
ready to go. Like melodies are just kind of always in my back pocket. But I kind of also start with my why of like what do I want to say? Or like how am I feeling? And so there's this song I really want to write, and I don't even know if I should say this on here, but it's called Empty Houses. I've just wanted to write that title for a while. And so what I'm gonna do with that is I'm trying to figure out how to explain this. So empty houses, I can already kind of see what I want it to be about. So lyrical content. And then in my head I see the content first. So I'm like, how can I actually get this to reach people and to touch people and to like have them relate to this also, even though it's my story. So I think content first. And then I'll just either couple different things. I'll either go on BeatStars, find a beat online, YouTube, find a beat online, buy it, find a producer, just record over it, write that song by myself in my bedroom, or like bring a buddy in to like maybe tweak some lyrics or something. And then I'll just let that. That's exactly what I did to Red Lights. Um, or I'll work with producers and do co-writes in Nashville. It's like when you and two other people get together and you have a producer in the room and you totally create a song together and then just launch it.
Watch take off from there.
Take off from there.
Did you ever put out a song where maybe you felt like you had a really good message in there and it just didn't hit the audience you anticipated it would when you put it out?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think when I put out my song Back of My Mind, I thought that it would hit people harder than it did. But I'm not upset about it because I will say I think that the people it needed to hit for the time being, it really did hit. Because I got some deep messages with that song too. And I think another way to think about this is like a song's never dead. Like I could honestly just go pick up a camera or like get a buddy to help film me and make content for that song and just keep it alive. And it could pop off at any time or people could, find it a year from now.
With a song maybe that you just, was done and you thought it was good enough to put out, but maybe like exceeded your expectations when you put it out, or you impacted people in a way you didn't expect.
Oh yeah. I Forgive You. My song I Forgive You. Uh I'm still very like emotionally raw about that song just because the story is so real to me and I still haven't even fully talked about it if I'm being honest. But I put that song out and I mean there were over like 25, 30,000 people that made videos to that song. I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. But there are so many people that I think the most powerful thing to me was that song in the chorus. It goes, I forgive you for what you think you didn't even do. I forgive you. And it's like literally the story of you don't even know what you did. You really hurt me. But I'm choosing to forgive you and move forward for my healing and for my peace. And I needed that.
Mhm.
But apparently so did everyone
Yeah.
else. And it just blows my mind.
No, I think it's a very applicable version of that because there's, in today's day and age, everyone is so focused on what they have going on, where they're going, what they're doing next, that it's easy to be in your shell and not realize that some of your actions are impacting other people.
Yeah.
And on the other side of that, when you care about somebody, it sucks when you're not like in the forefront of their head or where you think you are in their head.
Yeah.
With that, like putting something like that out, is it hard from like a inner circle perspective, as far as people around you, like thinking the songs about them or like reaching out to you after a song comes out?
That's funny.
Like,
I didn't know you were gonna ask that question.
sorry about that.
No, so okay. I think the people close to me absolutely know who it's about. The reason why, and there's no shame in this, I was really, really hurt by something that happened. And my friends were kind of just helping me through it. And it was a long season of being hurt by the same thing. And even my friends that were like with me through the season had expectations that it would get better and that the season would shift from what was promised to me. And it just never shifted. And they just kind of actually watched my heartbreak. Like they watched it. And it sucks because it sucks, but it's an awesome thing. But it sucks because I could see how like when it was breaking my heart, it was breaking their heart too, which is kind of cool. Like if you think about friendship in that way. The people that I wrote the song about, I don't know if they know that it's about them, but I'm pretty sure they do.
Good chance.
There's a really good chance. And here's the thing. I say in the song, I forgive you. There's no beef.
No, I think the positive light at that is I'm a big person in you don't get to pick what happens in life. You get to pick how you respond in life. At the end of the day. You don't get to decide how everything works out. You just have to take the piece that you have to deal with that's yours and figure out how to make your life grow from it, or at least get back on track from where it was at. You don't get to pick the outcomes of everything. You just get to pick up like the effort you put in and like the accountability you have to make something out of it. What you did, you made a song that's impacting a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it's hard to look at something as negative as that as a positive, but obviously 20 to 30,000 people are different because of that song now, which is crazy to think about.
It's crazy.
And it's not ideal to have that go through a long season of life, but if you take it the time comparison of like a year or a couple of years or whatever, and then take it out over 30,000 people, I mean, the ROI is there. The ROI is there for sure.
Yeah,
the ROI is there for sure.
Really good way to look at it, honestly. And the thing is, that song challenges me, if I'm being totally honest, because in the song I'm saying over and over again, like, I forgive you, I forgive you. There was a point, like, when the song was kind of doing well, that I was like, I hope they know it's about them.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
And then the song popped up. No, but then honestly, I actually had a good friend of mine call me out one day. This is what good friends do. Good friend of mine called me out one day and said, "Hey, I actually don't think you've forgiven them." And I was like, I think you're right. Like, here I am singing this song, and this friend was like, "Hey, I just think maybe like, just think about that. Pray on it for a second. Because you might need to re-forgive them again." Yeah. And I was like, man, and I did. And I feel so much better about it because I genuinely feel like I can forgive them. And so, I don't know, it's just crazy how your own heart can like work on you like that sometimes.
Yeah. No, that's super cool. And you get to grow from it. Something that you reference really well when just talking about life is seasons, which is interesting being from Texas because I feel like Texas doesn't have a whole lot of seasons.
Human. Human or not.
But where does that come from? Because I feel like that's a really clean perspective on accepting that things have a start and end, and like this might be bad today, but this too will pass, or like where does that come from for you?
Just like from my life, how did I develop that?
Yeah, that like perspective, I guess.
Therapy and Jesus.
Yeah.
Honestly, for me, I think I haven't always had that perspective because I've always been just kind of anxious or like people pleaser or, but now I think through therapy and through my own journey with faith, it's really helped me. It's balanced me. And I've been able to separate seasons. I've been able to like, okay, let's say friendships, for instance. Like, let's say you have a really close friend and then all of a sudden the seasons change and like y'all don't hang out and like there's no beef or anything, but like the seasons just kind of shifted. I used to panic about that stuff. Seriously, like I would panic about it. I'd be calling them like, hey, like let's get together. I'd like send them flowers. I would like almost insecurely force myself. I'm being super vulnerable, but like insecurely force myself because I was so afraid of change. But then I just kind of realized God does it on purpose, though. So sometimes people are for a season, a reason, or a lifetime. There's a quote out there. And I don't know. I'm still learning, but I've gotten better at it now.
Do you think part of that was seeing people as like part of your personality or part of your life, and you just didn't want those pieces of your life to change, or did you feel like it was more coming from a place of I love you as a friend, why don't you love me as a friend?
I think more so the second one. I think I've tried, like, I used to try so hard with the people pleaser, right? I used to try so hard to get people to like me. Um, but when it comes to friendships, the reason why I was so afraid of people leaving, a couple things, if I'm being honest. I think one, I was afraid to be by myself. Like, I was afraid to be with myself because I'm probably the meanest person I know to myself. So, like, if I'm the meanest person I know to myself, I don't want to hang out with myself. And so if I'm losing friends or if a friend is, like in a different season or they're moving away or like, nothing bad happened, but just the season is changing, I kind of had an identity crisis because as crazy as it sounds, I was like, well, I don't want to be by myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of weird, but
But a growth.
I've so grown from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've grown from it. And now that I'm actually able to kind of say those things, once again through like therapy, through faith, and just learning where the anxiety was kind of coming from, I can write about it now.
Yeah, it was just influence your music.
Yeah.
With that growth, what is your, I guess, goals for the rest of this year, into next year, and just yourself as an artist and as a person?
Okay. You said this year, next year, goals as an artist, goals as a person.
Yeah, it's like a 5 bullet point.
Love that.
Yeah. Like, so here's the book, answer all the questions.
Here we go. I would say for this next year, so, I mean, we're in October.
Yeah.
Right now.
That's what I was gonna say. This year, but I was like, maybe we need to just review like next year. I was like, maybe we just. This is 2026.
Okay. Yes, 2026.
We live in the future out here.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
I think, I want to I love competing with myself. Like the last thing that I did, and I find it really fun. Not in a toxic way, but like man, I did that. What else can I learn? And what else can I do? So I think my 2026, I really want to release more music, like way more frequently. I want to like get in the cycle of, man, I know what I'm doing. I know how to just like boom, 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 kind of the business side of it, a little bit. I want to learn Logic Pro way better. That's like a personal goal, but also music, like just learn how to really edit my own vocals. Because I feel like that'd be really fun. So I got all the gear. I'm learning. I suck. But it's all good. I suck so bad. Like, I played something for someone and they were like, yeah.
I love that you made this.
Yeah, that's so different.
I could tell that you did this.
Yeah, exactly. And you're like, man, love you too. Okay, and then, so yeah, put out as much music as possible. Have fun. Hone in on my sound. Meet more people. I'm just really having fun with music right now. And then personal goals. I want to get fit, fam. So I just hired a personal trainer for 3 times a week.
There you go. Commitment. There you go.
I mean, commitment, right?
Yeah.
And so I want to be really strong because I do have a vision of going on tour and I just want to be strong for that. Like, I just want to like prepare for my calling, I guess.
People don't realize how much of a workout that is. Like, I remember watching something that Taylor Swift runs on a treadmill while
singing for
performing.
Like an hour.
Yeah,
2 hours.
Yeah, and she does her tours that are like 3 hours long.
I would pass out right now.
Yeah, I could do that, and straight up just don't want to. That sounds horrible. No. That sounds horrible.
No,
I pass on that every day.
Yeah. And then was there one more?
Personal goal, music goal. No, that was it.
Yeah,
that was it.
Those are goals. Maybe get a dog.
Get a dog. That's a good goal.
I really want a dog.
A dog is always a good goal. Do you have like a type of dog in mind, or you just gonna let the universe speak to you?
No, okay. I need a miniature, long-haired dachshund But why are they so expensive?
Yeah,
I want to adopt one, but like you can't just be like, oh, let me go adopt it. Like, no.
no. You gotta find one that somebody already has. And
Can I have your dog?
I'm just saying, maybe it like jumps the fence one day, and you're just like, all right,
Oops.
oops.
Gosh.
Did you cut the fence? I don't know.
Might be a better owner. I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. I'm committed though. I saw this in a vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Well, is there anything else that you'd like to share with your fans, friends, family, supporters?
Yes. I do want to say, just like, if you have a dream or a vision or something that's kind of been on your heart and just that you've been too afraid to do, I'm telling you, it's riskier to not do it. It's riskier to not try it. And you might think that you're crazy, but I thought I was crazy, and it's working. And like, I just want to say that because I wish someone would have like sat down with me 9 years ago and just shook my shoulders to say, like, do the sound that you want to make. Like, just do what you want to do. Don't think about what other people are thinking, because no one knows what they want until they want it. No one knows what they like until they hear it, and just be yourself. Just try it.
Oh, that's for yourself. There's only one you.
Only one you.
Only one you. I appreciate you coming on the Batcave.
Yes.
It was awesome to have you.
Thanks.
Thanks for tuning in.